I opened Jihu and searched for what to do if you forget toilet paper. The screen displayed a variety of bizarre answers.
Use your underwear as paper, it works.
Just pull up your pants and leave. Who would know if you wiped or not?
Don't listen to the above, ask the person next to you for some.
Finally, I saw a serious answer.
Hey, can I borrow some paper?
I bit my lip, waiting for rescue, but there was no response from the next stall. Just now, someone clearly came in. Could I have imagined it?
Hey, I promise to return it when I get out. My WeChat is 191,301.
Finally, there was some movement next door. A hand holding some paper reached under the stall door. I felt a wave of relief.
Yes, saved. Your hand is so pretty, long and slender.
The person remained silent. Could it be a cool and aloof lady? I silently looked at the single piece of paper in my hand.
Could you give me another piece? My bottom is a bit big.
The person complied and handed over another piece of paper. I was dumbfounded.
Do you need more?
A deep, magnetic male voice came from the next stall.
Yes.
After speaking, I realized something was off. Was that a man asking me? In disbelief, a sudden cramp hit my stomach, and my voice involuntarily rose.
Hey, did you go into the wrong restroom?
Before he could answer, I heard several other male voices.
Damn, why is there a woman in the men's restroom?
Quick, call security, there's a female pervert here.
Oh no. It seems I went into the wrong restroom. I covered my face with both hands and shouted.
Don't call security, I'm not a pervert.
There was a muffled laugh from the next stall. I felt a sense of familiarity, but the situation was too urgent to think it through. I quickly pulled up my pants and threatened through the door.
Stop laughing, or I'll really become a pervert.
I prepared to sneak out before security arrived. At this point, the only person I could trust was the guy who lent me the paper.
Hey, is there anyone outside?
He paused for a few seconds.
No. You can come out now.
I let out a long sigh, and like a thief, I swiftly slipped out of the men's restroom.
Thanks, you're my hero.
This successful escape was all thanks to him. Oh right, where is he? Why hasn't he come out yet? I turned around in confusion. The next second, my mouth formed an O shape. Seeing the security guard in front of me, I wanted to disappear.
Why are you looking at me like that?
A man next to the security guard pointed at me and shouted.
It's her, she went into the men's restroom.
How can such a pretty girl be peeping in the restroom?
Looks can be deceiving. The prettier they are, the more dangerous.
I was shaking with anger. I'm not a poisonous mushroom, there's nothing dangerous about me. The security guard mercilessly dialed 911, telling me to wait for the police. I had no choice but to comply.
Can we wait over there? This restroom stinks.
The security guard ignored me. I pouted and endured for 10 minutes, catching a glimpse of a doctor in a white coat coming out of the men's restroom. My mind buzzed. This was my only witness. Taking advantage of the security guard's distraction, I used all my strength to run towards him.
Hey, did you see a female pervert just now?
His back looked familiar. Until he turned around. I was stunned. It was my ex-boyfriend, Alex Carter. The smile on my face froze.
What a coincidence.
Alex Carter ignored my plea for help. He brushed my hand away and said coldly.
I didn't see any strange woman earlier, but now I do.
John Smith exchanged a glance with him and glared at me, warning me to behave.
Dr. Carter, don't worry. I've already called the police.
Alex Carter squinted at me, seemingly indifferent. After a moment, he said.
I'm just off work. I'll take her myself.
Half an hour later, I found myself sitting in a police car. On the way, I cursed him countless times in my mind. Alex Carter seemed to sense it. He crossed his arms lazily and said with a calm expression,
Emily Johnson, stop cursing me.
With your attitude, don't expect me to return your paper.
Oh? Then I'll accuse you of fraud.
I snorted and ignored him. After getting out of the car, I thought he would leave immediately, but to my surprise, he accompanied me inside. I looked at him meaningfully. Could Alex Carter still have feelings for me? With this thought, I stepped into the interrogation room. He followed right behind me. I didn't expect that the person taking my statement would be another ex-boyfriend of mine, Michael Anderson. To make matters worse, they knew each other. Michael Anderson glanced at Alex Carter without saying much. He poured me a glass of water.
Name.
Emily Johnson.
Age.
24.
Briefly describe what happened.
I forgot to bring toilet paper and asked my ex-boyfriend for some, only to be maliciously reported.
Michael Anderson didn't expect me to be so straightforward. He looked at Alex Carter and smiled after a long pause, his dimples showing.
Alex Carter, you were Emily Johnson's first love, and you're this stingy?
Alex Carter snorted, a hint of confrontation in his tone.
Ex-boyfriends aren't bad either, pouring water for the interrogation subject.
Holding the hot water, I fell into deep thought. My inner fangirl's soul burned brightly. Should I give this water to Alex Carter and let them pair up? With this thought, I acted on it and handed the water to Alex Carter.
If you want to drink it so badly, why don't you?
Alex Carter neither agreed nor refused. Michael Anderson watched the scene with amusement. I touched my nose, feeling awkward. My taste in men was indeed poor. Neither of my exes was easy to deal with. Just as I was about to retract my hand, Alex Carter slowly raised his hand and took the glass, his fingers brushing against mine. Looking at his sharp profile, my heart skipped a beat. Then, he took a small sip from the spot I had drunk from, his expression changing slightly.
No way! I feared he might suddenly say, Emily Johnson, after 2 years, you have bad breath.
I imagined countless possibilities, gripping the chair with one hand and snatching the glass from him with the other, seething with anger.
If you don't want to drink, then don't.
Alex Carter squinted his eyes belatedly.
Emily Johnson, what are you thinking?
Alex Carter, why are you being so roundabout, like a woman?
The ingredients of lipstick include colorants, fillers, waxes, oils, pearlescent agents, fragrances, and preservatives. Use less.
Alex Carter, what position are you in to control me now? As a doctor? An ex-boyfriend? Or a victim of harassment?
Alex Carter's mouth twitched, and he remained silent. Michael Anderson acted as a peacemaker, pouring him another glass of water.
Don't mind her. Emily is just like that.
I don't mind. After all, I spoiled her.
With that, everyone fell silent, whether they should or shouldn't. Michael Anderson's expression changed repeatedly, his molars pressing against his tongue. He clenched his fists.
Do you think you deserve Emily Johnson after 4 years?
The atmosphere was tense when my phone suddenly rang. The ringtone blared, men must fight, men must fight. Conquer all the troubles and disputes. The two men, who were in a standoff, looked at my bag in disbelief. My face turned red. I quickly took out my phone and ended the call.
Oops. That was a mistake. A complete mistake.
Let's continue the statement. Hand over your phone.
I obediently handed it over.
Password.
I hesitated and recited a string of numbers.
324,821.
Michael Anderson smiled.
You haven't changed it?
I mumbled a response. He scrolled through the photos on my phone for a while, not finding any candid shots.
You're free to go.
Is it that quick for a first-time visit to the station?
You still need someone to bail you out.
Well, my best friend broke her leg and is in the hospital. My parents are back home. There's no one.
I'm not a person? Emily Johnson, do you think I came to the police station with you because I had nothing better to do?
After the bail process, it was already evening. Michael Anderson escorted me out and patted my head. Just as he was about to say something, his phone rang.
Okay, there's trouble on Chuanxio Road? I'll be right there.
He hung up and looked at me anxiously.
Emily, I can't take you home. Get a cab and let me know you got home safely. I'll treat you to dinner in a few days. I can't get away tonight.
Then he ran off in a hurry. Once he was out of sight, I turned my attention back to Alex Carter, ignoring him as I walked out of the police station into the cold wind. The intense gaze behind me made me clutch my bag strap tighter and quicken my pace. Alex Carter, with his long legs, caught up to me in a few strides.
6 years, and you haven't changed the password?
Here it was. The moment I dreaded had arrived. I held my breath, the clamminess in my palms reminding me that even after 6 years, seeing Alex Carter still made me nervous. I forced myself to stay calm.
Oh, I'm used to it. Don't overthink it.
324 was my birthday. 8/21 was Alex Carter's birthday. During our 4 years of dating, we both used this password. Alex Carter scoffed, his sharp gaze sweeping over me from my eyebrows, nose, lips, to my entire body.
Emily Johnson, when you lie, your nose sweats, and your legs tremble.
Back home, my mind was in a complete mess. After 4 years of dating, we eventually had to break up. I thought I had forgotten him, but the moment I saw him, memories came flooding back. I kicked off my high heels and sent a message to Michael Anderson.
Michael, I'm home.
Michael was probably busy. He replied half an hour later.
Emily, did Alex Carter give you any trouble?
No, I went straight home after you left.
That's good.
After his reply, I turned off my phone screen, then opened a bottle of beer, letting the bitterness burn my tongue. Outside, the traffic roared, while inside, it was eerily quiet. Suddenly, my phone dinged. I glanced at it casually.
Alex Carter wants to add you as a friend.
I rejected it without hesitation. First love, go away. He persistently sent the request 10 times.
Return the paper. Return the paper. Return the paper.
After adding him on WeChat, Alex Carter became quiet, lying in my contact list without a trace. I went straight to an online shopping app and bought him 10 packs of large toilet paper.
Here's 10 packs for you, you're welcome.
Michael invited me to dinner a week later. As soon as I arrived at the restaurant, I saw a familiar face. After a month, Alex Carter's hair was much shorter, and the dark circles under his eyes were evident. They were having a departmental dinner. I held Michael's hand and went to a corner table. Hidden by the plants, Alex Carter shouldn't be able to see me. Just as I sat down, Alex Carter's message came through.
Why are you hiding, Miss Johnson? Thank you for the 10 packs of paper. Come over, I'll treat you to dinner.
I was drinking water and choked unexpectedly.
Cough, cough, cough.
Michael hurried over, bumping into the table corner in his haste. He didn't care about himself, frowning slightly as he gently patted my back.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
I nodded, blushing, my eyes drifting towards Alex Carter, afraid he had seen me. And he did. My phone dinged again.
Should I come over, or will you?
Go away!
I casually replied, then covered the screen, regretting it deeply. Alex Carter's vengeful nature scared me. Everyone at that table looked serious. I didn't know any of them. Michael seemed to notice my unease and handed me the menu.
Order, Emily.
Oh, okay.
After ordering, I counted the time in my head, hesitating on how to tell Michael. Just then, Michael's phone rang again. He glanced at me, pointed at his phone, and went to the restroom. Michael had just left when, unsurprisingly, someone came over. Alex Carter, wearing a down jacket, his dark eyes deep.
Are you back with him?
Yes, we are back together. Do you have a problem with that?
Alex Carter stood there, his face turning dark, silent. His stare made me feel guilty. In the cold weather, goosebumps rose on my arms. Luckily, they were covered by my clothes, or he would scold me again.
If you can get back with Michael, why can't you get back with me?
I doubted my ears. Was Alex Carter the type to say such things? I looked at him suspiciously, left and right, then stood up, patted his shoulder, and said earnestly,
Alex Carter, you're great, I'm not good enough for you.
Good person card. Instantly, his face turned even darker. He raised his hand, and I felt a weight on my shoulder, being pushed back into the chair. Alex Carter's strength was too much, and I lost my balance, falling to the ground. Thud. The sound of my fall. Also, the sound of my social death. Fortunately, it was winter, and I was wearing thick clothes, so it didn't hurt.
Ah, my bones are hurt, pay up.
With no one around, I shamelessly acted up.
Ah, I'm so young, what if Michael doesn't want me anymore?
Alex Carter sneered, took out his phone, and started recording my face. While recording, he narrated.
Look, departmental dinner, ran into ex-girlfriend, she fell and won't get up, extorting her first love.
I lost all face, covering my face with one hand and trying to grab his phone with the other.
Alex Carter, stop recording!
Alex Carter, a head taller than me, with long arms, was out of my reach. He continued.
Caught in the act, someone with a broken bone can't move so quickly.
Furious, I saw a waitress approaching and, without thinking, hugged her, looking pitiful.
Sister, he's being abusive!
Alex Carter's face darkened again. He looked at me speechlessly and explained calmly.
Just a little fun between couples.
The waitress understood immediately and left after enjoying the drama. Before leaving, she whispered.
Such a handsome boyfriend. Make sure to hold on to him.
It wasn't until the food was served that I regained my composure. Alex Carter sat in Michael's seat, and Michael didn't return. Probably busy with work again, being a police officer is demanding. When I received Michael's message, I wasn't surprised.
Emily, sorry, something came up at the station, I have to go back. I've already paid the bill, let me know when you get home safely.
I put down my phone, and Alex Carter's gaze followed my hand to my face.
He's not coming back?
Yeah, busy with work.
Alex Carter pondered for a moment and said something that left me puzzled.
I want to.
Want what?
His expression darkened.
If Michael doesn't want you, I do.
My heart pounded, and I put down my chopsticks, annoyed.
Alex Carter, it's been 2 years since we broke up. Why bring this up now?
I suggested the breakup. Did you ever try to win me back?
I looked at him, shocked inside, but kept a calm face. Alex Carter stared at me, his fingers tapping the table, not feeling guilty at all.
After the breakup, you blocked me on WeChat, QQ, Weibo, Zhihu, Bilibili, TikTok, and even my phone number. How was I supposed to find you? 2 winters ago, I waited downstairs at your place for 3 hours, only to see you holding Michael's hand. Should I have gone up and pulled you two apart?
I tightly gripped my water glass, my mind in chaos. Everything Alex Carter said was true. It was all a misunderstanding, but I couldn't explain it. Fortunately, he didn't press further, just mentioned it briefly. The table fell into a long silence. After finishing the meal, I grabbed my bag and left.
The bill is already paid, take your time.
This place is remote, I'll take you home.
No need.
When I reached the entrance of the restaurant, Alex Carter hadn't followed. I must have angered him. I pursed my lips, blew warm air into my hands, and stepped into the snow.
Stupid Alex Carter, you really didn't come when I needed you. Petty man. I didn't want to break up with you. For years isn't that easy to forget.
I kicked my legs and stood up, shouting to the sky.
Alex Carter, you petty man! I hope you stay single forever and never find a wife.
Just after cursing, I sneezed. Rubbing my red nose, I stomped my feet and randomly chose a direction to walk. After a while, I felt like I was getting further off track. Standing still, I cried out in despair, thinking I might not make it through the night. Just as I was about to cry, I felt a heavy touch on my shoulder. My heart skipped a beat.
Sir, it's not that I don't want to add you. My phone really has no signal.
The man, drunk and aggressive, didn't listen and grabbed me. I quickly took off my high heel with my other hand and struck his head with it.
Want my WeChat? In your dreams.
After a few more hits, he stopped resisting. I sat on the ground, catching my breath, when a light appeared in the distance. Someone was coming.
Hello, I'm stuck here. Can you help me? I'll reward you generously.
The person stopped in their tracks. I feared they might leave, and desperation made me lose my dignity.
I'm not a ghost, I'm a good person.
Hearing my voice, the person ran towards me, the snow crunching under their feet. The next moment, I was enveloped in a familiar embrace.
Emily Johnson, how will you thank me? Do you know how dangerous it is to be out here alone at night?
Alex Carter, you came to find me. Weren't you mad at me?
Alex Carter tightened his hold on me.
Who was mad?
I whimpered, rubbing my tears and snot on his down jacket.
Had enough?
No, I want more. Alex Carter, I'm so cold.
You're in my arms. How can you still be cold?
My feet are cold. I lost my shoes.
I wrapped one arm around his waist and pointed to the unconscious man on the ground with the other.
He wanted my WeChat. I didn't give it to him, so he hit me. I had to fight back with my shoe.
Emily Johnson, it's okay now. I'm here.
He squatted down, gently lifting my right foot from the snow and warming it with his hands.
Alex Carter, it's snowing.
Alex Carter responded softly. Once my feet were warm, he wrapped a scarf around me and then took off his coat to bundle me up tightly.
Miss Johnson, hop on. I'll be your servant. Please forgive me.
I climbed on, wrapping my arms around his neck.
How did you know I was here? This place is so remote.
I saw the pig you drew.
I didn't draw a pig. I drew you.
I know. I was just teasing you, petty girl.
Alex Carter carried me for a long time before we finally left the suburbs. When he brought me home, he hesitated at the door.
Emily Johnson, let's get back together. Think about it.
Back home, my mind was blank. Soon after, I received a message from my friend Sarah Carter.
Emily, is my brother with you?
No.
Oh, by the way, I want some of your chicken soup this weekend.
Sure.
Before bed, after updating Michael Anderson on my safety, Alex Carter sent me a message.
Have you thought about it, Miss Johnson?
Depends on your behavior.
Early on a weekend morning, I brought a thermos to the hospital. Sarah Carter had injured her ankle 2 weeks ago, and it still hadn't healed. Seeing her leg in a cast, I didn't expect her to get out of bed to drink the soup herself.
Friendly, here, let me serve you a bowl of soup, Sarah.
After serving her, I sat by her bedside, listening to her talk about her boredom over the past few days. Eventually, the conversation turned to me.
Cheerful, Emily, are you getting back together with my brother?
Sad, no, Sarah. There's too much distance between us.
Hopeful, Emily, don't mind what my mom said. We don't have a throne to inherit, and besides, she's just Alex's stepmother. Her words don't count.
Sarah's words reminded me of 2 years ago when I had just graduated, and Alex had gone abroad. I was busy job hunting and feeling overwhelmed. Elizabeth Carter had asked to meet me at a cafe. The moment she saw me, her disdain was evident.
Unfriendly, oh, so you're Alex's girlfriend?
Nervous, hello, ma'am. We've met before. Last time, I brought Sarah.
Interrupting, unfriendly, you look decent, but your demeanor isn't as good as Mr. Wang's daughter.
My heart tightened, and my face turned pale.
Serious, ma'am, what do you mean?
Unfriendly, don't you know? Young lady, don't dream of climbing up the social ladder. Alex's future won't include you. Social classes aren't easy to cross. Unfriendly, people are a reflection of their parents.
Her words were like daggers to my heart. I wandered aimlessly down the street, tears streaming down my face uncontrollably. Passing by a bridal shop, I saw my tear-streaked face in the window, looking disheveled and ghostly. Inside, a couple was trying on wedding attire. The girl nestled sweetly in the boy's arms, and he kissed her cheek.
Cheerful, Lily. I'll make sure you have a good life.
I looked away, remembering Alex had said the same thing to me.
Hopeful, Alex, will you ever change your heart after we get married? Hopeful, if I grow old and ugly, will you like other pretty girls? There's a saying that men remain boys at heart.
Serious, Emily, other men may stay boys, but I'll grow old with you.
Meeting Elizabeth Carter made me realize the vast gap between us. While he was learning English in kindergarten, I was playing in the mud. When he attended an international school, I was struggling through high school, trying to change my fate through exams. The pressure was immense, and I even developed mental health issues. Some people are born in Rome, while others never reach it. My parents were high school teachers, not as wealthy as his family, but they didn't deserve Elizabeth Carter's insults.
Angry, let's break up.
He was abroad, and it was late at night. He didn't reply to my message in time. I broke down, crying in a street corner, and blocked all his contacts. From then on, he went south, and I went north. We had no further contact.
Friendly, Emily, take the rest of the soup to my brother. He worked all night and hasn't eaten yet.
I silently took the thermos. With Sarah's urging, I reluctantly walked to Alex's office. It was a short distance, but it took me 10 minutes. Gathering my courage, I knocked on the door.
Tired, come in.
The voice sounded tired. I took a deep breath, opened the door, and walked in. To my surprise, there was another female doctor in the room with Alex. He looked surprised to see me, then smiled and pulled out a chair.
Friendly, have a seat. I have some things to finish.
Friendly, okay.
They talked for a while, probably about a patient's condition. I wasn't a medical student, so I didn't understand. By the time they finished, half an hour had passed. Holding the soup, I felt numb and my inferiority complex surfaced. But I seemed to have overthought it. Alex was very professional and distant with the female doctor.
Friendly, Dr. Carter, you're quite lucky. Hold on tight. We're the same age, and my kid is already 2.
Watching Alex drink the soup, I felt conflicted. My eyes fell on the scar on his hand, and my heart sank. In my sophomore year, I rented a place off campus. It was an old neighborhood, and the wiring was outdated. A fire broke out. He saved me, burning a large area of his left arm, while I was unharmed.
Sad, why were you so foolish?
Serious, my dear Emily loves beauty so much. I couldn't bear to see you hurt.
After he finished a bowl of soup, I cautiously asked.
Serious, didn't sleep all night?
Serious, yeah, working hard to earn money for a wedding. It's worth the effort.
Then he looked at me with his dark eyes.
Serious, Emily, have you made up your mind? Serious, we're not young anymore.
Yes. We had lost to youth before. But now, we were no longer young. After getting back together with Alex Carter, I posted on social media. Michael Anderson saw it and immediately liked it.
Emily, you must be happy. If Alex Carter dares to mistreat you, you have to tell me. After all, my muscles aren't just for show.
Michael, thank you for everything these past 2 years. You deserve happiness too.
Michael didn't reply. I thought he was too busy until his mother called me. On the phone, she was sobbing.
Emily, Michael had an accident.
I immediately got off Alex Carter, my mind buzzing, my lips moving but unable to speak. How could it be? The person who was just wishing me happiness half a month ago, how could he be gone?
Auntie, where are you now? I'll bring Emily over.
An hour later, Alex Carter drove us to Michael's house. Linda Anderson's eyes were swollen from crying. She held a small box, murmuring,
My son, how could you leave your mother? You're still so young.
Why wasn't it me instead? Looking at Michael's black and white photo, I leaned against Alex Carter, holding back my tears. David Anderson sat nearby, smoking silently but still rational.
Emily, Michael wanted me to give this to you before he left.
I took it in a daze, tears streaming down my face.
Uncle, please take care.
When I got home, it was already early morning. I opened Michael's diary.
May 2nd, 2018.
O'Day, Sarah introduced me to a girl. She seems so sweet.
May 5th, 2018.
O'Day, I asked Emily out for dinner. She agreed, but she brought Sarah along.
June 10th, 2018.
V been seeing Emily for a month now. Feel like she doesn't like me.
Today we watched a movie together. She looked so cute with her cheeks puffed up while eating popcorn.
Until October 5th, 2022.
She got back together with Alex Carter. The girl I've been with for 2 years chose her first love. It's okay. I just want her to be happy. If she's happy, I'm happy. Emily, in the next life, I'll meet you sooner.
There were no more entries after that. October 20th, the day of his accident. Michael was doing a safety check when a drunk driver dragged him for 1,200 meters. I couldn't imagine how much pain he must have been in. After breaking up with Alex Carter, he comforted me with a smile.
Emily, smile more. You look beautiful when you smile.
Such a sunny and cheerful boy, how could he be gone? He pulled me out of my lowest point, and now, he pushed me into the abyss. I am fortunate to be with the one I love. I am also unfortunate to have lost someone who loved me. Michael, I hope in your next life, you don't meet me again, and don't become a police officer. The day Liam was born, I had severe complications and almost didn't make it. In my days, I heard Michael's voice.
Emily, hurry back. Alex Carter is waiting for you, and so is my godson. Emily, I love you. Don't forget me.
Then, I heard Alex Carter's trembling voice.
Emily, didn't we agree to see the snow together this year?
Next was the cry of a baby, as if saying, "Mom, wake up." It felt like an eternity before I opened my eyes, 3 days later. I saw Alex Carter dozing in a chair. He looked older, unkempt, clearly not taking care of himself. Liam lay in a crib nearby, small and wrinkled. I moved my hand and tugged at his sleeve, my voice weak.
Alex, I'm back.
Alex Carter woke up almost instantly, his eyes still tired. He smiled at me, but it was a bitter smile.
Yes, Emily, you're amazing.
Later, I understood. It doesn't matter if our families are different. As long as we love each other, that's enough. I love him, and he loves me. That's the best proof. On our 10th wedding anniversary, I received a handwritten card from Alex Carter. His writing was strong and clear, touching my heart.
You may not know, but I've loved you for many years. Silently, waiting, hoping that one day you would look back. Happy 10th anniversary, my love.
Our 11th year has begun.